I wouldn't say I'm on a roll by any measure. It's late at night. My wife is mad. My schedule at work is evolving, which is causing some turmoil and aggravation in the very least. Not being able to schedule things and everything being scheduled around my schedule is a bit complex, to say the least. But we're not here to talk about me and my personal problems. I'll save that for therapy. That was a joke. We are here to talk about high pressure boilers and to speed through this information and digest it as quickly and easily as possible. For me, if it's reading it aloud and listening to myself on my earbuds, then so be it. Whatever it takes to ultimately receive the results that I want. And that's to be able to basically regurgitate this information blindfolded in my sleep. Section 4.1, Superheaters and Desuperheaters, steam systems. I know we have discussed this previously. I don't know that we've discussed the review answers and questions. So we will start with 4-1, Superheaters and Desuperheaters. Number one, saturated steam is steam that is blank at a higher temperature than its saturation temperature, at a lower temperature than its saturation temperature, in equilibrium with water at the same temperature and pressure at the superheater outlet. I feel like deja vu. In equilibrium with water at the same temperature that and pressure. Saturated steam is steam that is in equilibrium with water at the same temperature and pressure. Number two, when steam is superheated, the temperature increases with no change in pressure. When steam is superheated, the temperature increases with no change in pressure. Superheater tubes are protected from warping or burning out by the continuous flow of steam. Steam impinging on boiler tubes would decrease heat transfer. Steam quality is the ratio of dry steam to the total amount of water evaporated. Yes. The throttling kilometer is used to directly measure the moisture content in steam. An expansion bend may be a simple bend or a set of elbows that allow the pipe to move slightly. The flow of steam through a superheater should never be less than 25% of boiler capacity. The flow of steam through a superheater should never be less than 25% of boiler capacity. A line desuperheater injects feed water into a superheated steam line to reduce the steam temperature. A line desuperheater injects feed water into a superheated line to reduce steam temperature. Steam turbines, 4.2. With the condensing steam turbine, a low exhaust pressure allows the steam to release more heat. With a condensing steam turbine, low exhaust pressure allows the steam to release more heat. A non-condensing steam turbine allows steam to be recovered as condensate. A non-condensing steam turbine allows steam to be recovered as condensate. Impulse steam turbines may contain many sets of revolving blades that are divided into stages. With a reaction steam turbine, the steam expands in the nozzle-shaped passages and gains additional velocity. With the reaction steam turbine, the steam expands in the nozzle-shaped passages and gains additional velocity. All right, makes sense. Extraction steam is steam removed from a turbine at a controlled pressure after it has passed through some of the turbine stages. Extraction steam is steam removed from a turbine at a controlled pressure after it has passed through some of the turbine stages. Okay, that makes sense. Velocity compounding is a method in which the energy from steam is extracted in multiple stages of a turbine to reduce steam velocity and pressure in a short time. So velocity compounding is a method in which the energy from steam is extracted using multiple stages in a turbine to reduce the steam velocity and pressure in a short time. So it kind of sounds like steam brakes, where they're harnessing the electricity throughout the applying of the brakes. And please correct me if I'm wrong. Consult a older boiler technician, someone who builds or services boilers. In stationary engineering, the industry, the focus of the licensing exam is low pressure and high pressure boilers, when we all know that that's such a small part, or it can be a large part of our jobs. Most package boilers now are pretty self-sufficient, and a lot of times people contract out the yearly or annually PMs on their boilers, whatever that state or jurisdiction requires. So often you don't have a lot of first-hand experience repairing boilers. Obviously, we like to go through and check anything that we can, if we can catch it and replace or repair it, versus trying to call out a technician. So we often troubleshoot the electrical, and if it's not something electrical, it's often then in the realm of calling out a technician. Whereas that's not even something that's mandatory. Easily we could say our boilers are down, we call out the boiler guys, and we pay what it costs to have a technician come out and diagnose it for us. Personally, we're always trying to save money for our department, and we catch things all the time that we can replace and repair, where we won't be overcharged for that service if it's not something that's under warranty. And I would say we do this with all of our equipment: generators, air handlers, refrigeration, HVAC, chillers, coolers, exhaust fans, pumps. but sometimes there's only so far you can go, and as far as we don't rebuild boilers, we don't rebuild pumps, we'll change them out. So here we are, back to steam traps, the super exciting land of steam traps, and maybe that's a great place to call it a night, because yes, it does look like it goes on and on. So we've entered into 4-1 and 4-2 review. We're at 10 minutes. Let's call it a night. Like, subscribe, and share. This is for artistic and educational purpose. Please consult a professional if you need an actual boiler technician. Thank you for spending your very valuable time with me. I hope that you have a positive and productive day. And if you feel inclined to support my content creation, I will link my Bitcoin address in the video below. Good night.